I am back at my little lake, and today I have a plea for kayak fishermen. Please, just listen to me, kayak fishermen. Just this once. Trying to minimize the amount of time I spent in the water because the water is getting cold. That didn't work. Let's try it again. That was much better. I had a conversation the other day with a nice guy named Bill. He was shopping for kayaks and we got to talking about instruction. And he talked to some people who happened to be kayak fishermen, and he mentioned that he was going to take lessons, and they sort of scoffed at him. And so that got me to thinking about some things that I've been thinking about for a while. I live in the southeast United States. Right now I am in central North Carolina, and particularly in the southeast United States, but really across the nation, the largest growth segment in paddle sports is kayak fishermen. As a paddling instructor, that's troubling, and here's why. First, let me say I have nothing against kayak fishermen. I totally get that your primary goal is not to be a kayaker, but is to be a fisherman and to get to fish. I get that. I respect that. But there are some problems with that. Kayak fishermen tend to sit on top kayaks almost exclusively, which sit higher in the water. They put the paddler higher in the water, and then they load a ton of gear on it. And then they tend to not think so much about weather, at least how it affects paddling. They think about weather as how it affects them and fish, but they tend to not think so much in terms of weather. They definitely don't think in terms of paddle strokes. And in fact, a large amount of them, while carrying a paddle on the boat with them, will have a pedal drive of some sort. But they've got a paddle. They are going to use it from time to time. So, a potentially overloaded boat, with a lack of importance placed upon actual paddling skills, let alone a desire to become a better paddler. And I get it. You're not a paddler. You're a fisherman. But the fact is that every year paddlers die. Frequently they are fishermen because they don't have a good skill set in the boat. They tend to not wear life vests or PFDs. They don't practice skills like how to get back in a boat, and that's hard enough with a sit-on-top kayak anyway. Throw a cooler on it and 200 pounds of fishing gear, and it's nearly impossible. There are tons of videos online of kayak fishermen having close calls. I have helped kayak fishermen who had close calls. And this is a recipe for bad decision making. You know, in risk management, we talk a lot about your ability to discern risk is based on experience. And most kayak fishermen are just not paying attention to that level of experience. And so my request is, as a kayak fisherman, that you take a couple of paddling lessons in your boat. So what could you possibly learn if you're a fisherman and your primary goal is not paddling? What could you learn from a paddling instructor or taking a paddling lesson. And I'm not expecting anyone to go through like the ACA process up to like level 3 or anything like that, but sort of basic understanding of the stroke. Kayak fishermen are all paddling with their arms. I'm sure they would be surprised to hear that kayaking is not an arm sport. And so they could paddle further and faster, even though they're in big heavy boats. The other thing is just general boat control, right? So yeah, you're not going to edge a big heavy sit on top fishing kayak, but the ability to turn sharply and efficiently around obstacles like this is much easier if you know how to do it. And most kayak fishermen don't know how to do it. Don't even know that they should know how to do it. And I guess that's the thing, is that they don't know what they don't know. So, even I just saw that person back there doing it. I want to move my boat sideways, so a draw stroke, right? To move their boat in sideways without having to spin the boat, turn the boat, work the boat, right? Even if you have a pedal drive, that's only moving you forward and back. You could also learn to get back into your boat when invariably it capsizes because it's overloaded. So simple little things. That's my plea to kayak fishermen. Learn some simple little things in your kayaks to be better paddlers. You are, whether you want to be or not, part of the paddling community. I was thrilled that both of those kayak fishermen that I saw were wearing PFDs. And they are, I don't know if they're required on this lake, but they are encouraged on this lake. So that's my plea, is take a lesson, or even just read a book. My book is $10. It's available on Amazon, and everything that's in the Simple Guide to Kayaking will apply to you in a sit-on-top kayak, without a doubt. Link below to Amazon for that. So that's my request. Take a lesson, wear a PFD, think about weather and how it affects your boat, not just the fish you're going after. Let the comment section ablaze as people tell me I'm out of my mind. Good little breeze now, I'm paddling into it, but I have not feathered. If you watched that video a couple weeks ago, it's not blowing enough for me to be thinking about that, but I will still get a little push as I head back. I'm just going to circle this island and head back from there, and I'll get a nice little push back, which should be nice. Stay there, buddy. It's okay. Blue heron over there that I didn't want to disturb. Particularly this time of year in fall, I try not to disturb wildlife, because literally the calories that they burn when I make them upset by paddling too close to them could be the calories that separate them from life and death over the winter. I don't know anything about birds. I've been teaching the outdoors for close to 20 years, and I'm horrible at flora and fauna. I assume they fly south for the winter, but I also assume calories are far more scarce for them. So I feel bad disturbing them while I'm paddling. Oh, that's cold water. When it gets cold like this, I hate taking off my PFD because it's warm and cozy. Okay, so that's my plea to kayak fishermen. Please heed this advice. If you need help with anything paddling related, you can reach out to me at brett@adventureotaku.com. I'm happy to help you figure out what you need to know to be a better paddler, whether you're a kayak fisherman or not. My books are available on Amazon. I'm still doing free stroke analysis. all that stuff. If you appreciate this, if you like this sort of content, hit like, hit subscribe. That would help me out a lot. You can also buy me a coffee or a whiskey. There's a link down below to coffee. All right. I'll see you outside.